So Disneyland has changed and grown a ton over the years. We're just going to kind of give you an overview of what there is at the parks and the whole resort today. I'm Gavin Doyle with MickeyVisit.com.
And I'm Jennifer Duggan with Getaway Today.
And we're here to help you plan your Disneyland vacation, maximizing your time and saving you the most money possible.
Here we go.
So Disneyland Park opened back in 1955, and back then it was 160 acres. Now, it's grown a little bit.
Okay, let's hear the number. How big has it grown?
It's grown to a whopping 510 acres, which is why I probably call it a resort rather than a park.
Because it is, really. You can't just say, I'm going to Disneyland anymore.
Yeah.
You really need to say, I'm going to the Disneyland Resort.
Yeah.
Because there is so much to see and do. And if you haven't been prior, or if you went prior to 2001, it's
Right.
a completely different
Totally
place.
changed.
Now, there's two theme parks. Disneyland, of course, the classic Disneyland Park that opened in 1955. And then just right across is Disney's California Adventure Park, which is newer. It was built in 2001 and is just, it's like one of my favorite parks. There's so many attractions that I just love in that area.
Well, and I'll make the funny distinction. In 2012, they renamed it from Disney's California Adventure to Disney California Adventure.
You're right, and
so,
I still call it Disney.
But I'm just saying, it's a huge change, but,
Yeah.
but it actually was. The name didn't change that much, but huge. Even before 2012, there was another kind of milestone.
Absolutely.
Cars Land added, Buena Vista Street added, tons of World of Color, 2010 was added, tons of new attractions and stuff
huge
at that whole
expansion.
park.
Absolutely, and they really added that Disney magic more into Disney California.
They really
Adventure
admitted
Park.
that it wasn't there,
Yeah,
which I thought was
Disney
so
had
smart
this
of them.
first. Yeah, before it had great attractions, and some great classic, things to ride and experience and love. But now it has that story of the classic Buena Vista Street, with the Snow White premiere and just adding the Walt Disney magic into
touch
the
to it
park.
a little more.
Absolutely. And downtown Disney too, we can't forget. So with the resort, you've got the two theme parks, you've got downtown Disney that has entertainment, shopping, that great corridor that leads you into the park. And then they have 3 resort hotels right there too. So there's a lot
Quite a
to
bit.
see. Plus, of course, all the hotels that just surround it. There's a lot to see and do, but it's still a very walkable destination
Absolutely.
too, which is
Really walkable.
yeah, it's really fun. I think a lot of people that have been to maybe Walt Disney World, they see a little bit different, so you don't have to use as much transportation.
Yeah,
you
you
can
really
just
don't.
walk and experience the destination.
Get there and stay and don't
Yes.
and use your feet the whole time.
Yeah.
And you're tired, you walk a lot.
Yes.
But it's a lot of fun. And just while she mentioned that, you can click and see our Walt Disney World versus Disneyland video or podcast as well. But I have some more statistics.
Okay.
20,000 cast members who work at Disneyland.
Wow.
So that's a small city working there, bringing the magic to life. And 2,224 hotel rooms in those 3 Disneyland Resort hotels. So on property right there. And just announced they're building a 4th, which will open like 2021, something like that. So in the future, but slowly, or that's the supposed opening date. And it's growing quite a bit and constantly adding new things. Star Wars Land coming.
Can we not wait? I'm so excited. Yes.
14 acres.
Yes.
It's going to be huge. Biggest land Disney's ever built. Cars Land was 12 acres, which was already enormous, and now 14 acres. Just getting bigger and bigger and adding more and more new experiences. And you were saying you love just how they are forced to be creative in their building.
I do. I like Walt Disney World as well, but something about where Disneyland's where it all started. It's
Absolutely.
Walt's vision. It's where he walked. That's where he lived. And it's just amazing. And I love how they have to be so creative in their space, because they do have a space issue. They really have to make sure that every single space, every square inch is really well thought out and really magical. And I think you feel it when you're there, that everything's, I just am amazed by all the different things, everything, even the lands, how they kind of work together. It has such a great feel. And of course, that's where I grew up. I'm from the West Coast, and Disneyland is my Disney
it's our
experience.
park.
Yeah, it is. But I find a lot of people kind of share that view, that when they go to the East Coast, they really have a great experience too, but it is a little bit more spread out. Disneyland, it may be a little more compact, but man, they have all those great attractions.
Even when Walt Disney Worlders come and visit Disneyland, they say, "Fine, you're right. Fine, you got the history. You've got there's that feeling." And they even admit to that. So it's not just us saying it's our own park.
And we're
People
not
love
short
it.
on e-ticket attractions either. I mean, if you really
No.
compare the e-ticket
Yeah.
attractions between the two coasts, and we have a ton of, it's really well thought out.
There are actually more attractions in Disneyland than all of Walt Disney World Resort, 4 parks combined
Okay.
versus the 2 Disneyland parks.
I knew it. I knew
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Because you really, and you don't have to really walk that far to get
No,
to it.
you
You're-
don't.
You know, oh, I got the next awesome attraction. Oh, more entertainment. Oh, look how magical everything
Yeah.
is. So,
So
really,
the other
really
thing
great.
that's kind of happened right when Disneyland opened is all the land was purchased around it really quickly by other small
Yes.
businesses and business owners. So there's a lot of other what you call partner hotels
Mhm.
and other businesses and things all around Disneyland. So that is a big, can be a plus and a minus, but you can get a discount and still be staying really close to Disneyland, even if you're just staying right next door.
Absolutely. And in fact, they're expanding
Yeah.
at tremendous rates. Like you mentioned how the Disneyland Resort hotels are expanding.
Yes.
All of those, you know,
Immensely.
surrounding hotels are really expanding, as well as the Anaheim Convention Center. And really, if you look at, you know, Disneyland, of course, is a resort and is so beautiful, but the Anaheim area has invested so much in making sure that the whole area has that really tropical Southern California feel, from the numerous palm trees that line the streets to just the different restaurants, you know, shopping
Yeah.
venues. I think everyone in the whole area has really joined into this resort feel. And when you get there, you really do feel like you've really arrived at an awesome world-class destination.
They're recently, just kind of going back behind the scenes a little bit, they're doing a lot of tax breaks for new hotels.
Okay.
So, and those are 4 diamond up
That's what, yes.
for AAA.
Yeah.
So that's really great, will be great for the area. It's just going to make it even more upscale. And honestly, the more upscale there is, the more affordable it will be in the long run, more discounts that'll be added, because it'll kind of force maybe the Grand California or something to say, well, now we have to
Competition.
compete a little bit.
Yes.
So I think it's all very good in the long run, and lots of new additions and places to stay coming.
Yeah, I'm excited, and they just keep reinventing themselves. Look,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. When we talk in 10 years, it'll
Right.
be fun to say, oh
Yeah.
my God, look what else they thought of. Look what how they expanded, repurposed, how they redesigned. I think Disney is always innovating, and that really is what sets the Disney theme parks, I think, really apart
Yeah.
from anywhere else, is that vision of always pushing the envelope, making sure that they're, you know, just on the cutting edge of everything, and just always dreaming and dreaming big.
What's great is we're in the middle of what I would call a theme parks arms race right now,
Yes, okay.
between Universal Studios, and we'll go there,
Yeah.
between Universal Studios and Disneyland. Universal took from Disney, and I would say it's kind of Disney's fault, a kind of bad situation,
knows all these
took Harry
insider
Potter
business here.
from Disney. Disneyland and Walt Disney World at one point were gonna build Harry Potter in the Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
It was going to be a Disneyland thing. But J.K. Rowling was kind of saying, I want full control. We're doing a huge Hogwarts castle. And Disney kind of said, no, what are you talking? Like, we know what we're doing. Let us do it. Like, oh, she said, fine, and walked away. Walked across the street to Universal and said, will you do this? And they said, we're all in. We'll do whatever you want. And so that's maybe why it's a little crowded, a little cramped in Universal, which we talk about in our Universal talk. It's a little cramped in there because she wanted to feel really like it was, but the designers at Universal said, we're going to make it immersive. So 2010, it opened out in Florida. Now it's opened out in Los Angeles, Harry Potter Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Plans to expand, tons of Harry Potter coming, and more, and fans are here for that. And it's forcing Disney to kind of be on the top of their game. They have to be more immersive in their experiences, because that's what it seems people want. So with Star Wars, we've seen a huge evolution of plans for what they originally, Star Wars was going to be in Tomorrowland, and it's changed quite a bit. Now 14 acres, really huge experiences planned, really great attractions from the stuff I've seen. It's really exciting stuff.
Can't wait.
Yeah, we are going to benefit, the customer is going to benefit from Knott's Berry Farm, Disneyland, Universal Studios, all these great parks in the Los Angeles area, forcing each other to get bigger and better. It's really exciting. A good future for Disneyland.
Absolutely. Well, they've sure proven themselves in the past. So
Yeah.
I have full confidence that when we're celebrating that, 70-year anniversary,
Yeah.
80-year anniversary,
Wow.
I can't wait till the 100-year.
I know.
That's going to be
Can't
amazing.
fathom
so,
it, yeah.
Disneyland, they really know how to
Disneyland has a
entertain.
bright future.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to being part of it.
And a wonderful past.
Once again, I'm Gavin Doyle, and we just had a great time helping you plan your Disneyland vacation. You can find more information on how to save money and all of those exclusive discounts we just talked about at mickeyvisit.com/getaway today. Right here, click on this URL. Or take a look at all the videos that are now around me for other help planning your Disneyland vacation. Finally, you can go to mickeyvisit.com for more information on how to maximize your time and save you the most money. I'm Gavin Doyle, and we just helped you plan your Disneyland vacation.